What's up, OPW? It's been a long time since you've seen me, the dog, and still the all-star champion. There's a few things that have changed. It may not be no secret about me and Crazy Annie, but sadly she's still around, she's still kicking and alive. It's just that she found a different job opportunity in a different territory, couldn't pass it up, so Crazy Annie is no longer with OPW. But don't forget to send your prayers and likes, dislikes, whatever, her way. She'll very well appreciate it. Crazy Annie, I'll still care about you no matter what, even though we had our differences and storylines were kind of crazy. But you'll always be in my heart, no matter what. Now, on the last channel for the All-Star title that we were talking about on OPW, I didn't really give a background of the title. So, back at All-Star, where the dog wrestled and all this, he was not up to par. He was only a mid-carder, sadly. And the All-Star title was the main championship, the main roster, the main event. The owner did not see the dog as a main eventer. The dog clawed. He did everything the dog could to prove that he was a main eventer. The owner was not seeing it. He had his money, his moneymaker. I can't recall his name, but they called him the Brick Wall. Why? Because he was unbeatable. He was untouchable. And the dog would face him in non-title matches and all this. He was a more rounded player, more person to work with. He didn't care if he was facing a jobber, mid-carder, main eventer. It did not matter to the Brick Wall. So the dog would sit here and claw, scratch. He would sweat, bleed, everything for All-Star. And was not getting a title opportunity. Not one. Until the dog took it upon himself to challenge Brick Wall to a non-title match. If the dog won, he would get an opportunity at the All-Star title. If the dog lost, he would walk away and leave All-Star Wrestling for good. The dog put his career on the line to have a shot at the All-Star title. So Brick Wall accepted the dog's challenge. And it was not just any regular match. It wasn't a ladder match. It wasn't a TLC match. It wasn't a table match. It was an I Quit match. The dog would not give up. Brick Wall would not give up. Until suddenly, dog hit Brick Wall with multiples of the put down over and over and over again. Until finally, Brick Wall snapped and said the words, "I quit," which then crowned the dog the All-Star champion. And shortly after that match, the owner announced that All-Star Wrestling is no more. So the dog finally became All-Star champion to find out it was all for nothing. Until then, the dog got the job opportunity of a lifetime to go to OPW. And the dog pleaded with the owner if he could bring in the All-Star title. As proof, because it's the dog's title. The dog pretty much paid and bought the All-Star title so he could keep it. And so then the owner of OPW, before this channel, agreed. The dog touched it up, brought a new look, made it painted up, and this is where we're at now. The dog is still All-Star champion, and this may be a mid-card belt But the dog doesn't care. This is his precious, his pride possession. And so then, the dog's still gonna claw and scratch his way to become OPW heavyweight champion. And so sadly, Brick Wall, you do not get a rematch for this at all, due to the fact is, All-Star is gone. The Dawg just changed the All-Star heavyweight title to the All-Star OPW All-Star Championship, which is a mid-card like the Dawg said, but the Dawg doesn't care. The Dawg is still a champion. Unlike you, what have you been doing this whole time since All-Star went down? Probably absolutely nothing. Probably sitting in your mom's basement eating Cheetos and getting fat. While the Dawg has been reaping the possessions of working for OPW. If you have the balls, which I doubt you do, because the Dawg probably crushed those at All-Star during our I Quit match. So you probably don't have any more. You don't even have the gumptions to even get off the couch, off the beanbag chair, it doesn't matter what you're sitting on, to get off of it and look to become a champion again. Because you've had it. You're a washed up has-been. Because the Dawg beat you fair and square, and it's eating you inside that you can't do it. You don't have the cojones or the motivation to get off your lazy ass and try to wrestle again, because the Dawg has not seen or heard of you in years. So that's the history of the All-Star title that the Dawg brought into OPW. He beat Brick Wall in All-Star Wrestling to become the All-Star Heavyweight Champion. And find out that same night it went down. The owner sold out, wrecked it, did whatever, took his money and ran. So the Dawg eventually got, like he said, a call from the OPW owner, the old one before this one. And he let him bring the All-Star title to OPW. Did some modifications to it. And the owner was cool with it. He likes it. This one likes it as well. That's why the Dawg is still All-Star champion. And there is no one on this roster or anyone that can beat the Dawg. Well, anyways, Brick Wall, you don't get your rematch because All-Star is dead. And you are just sitting in a beanbag chair at your mom's basement eating Cheetos. So you know what? Do what you like. I am living the high life. I am still doing my dream. And there's nothing that can stop the Dawg. So you know what? Enjoy this. And as far as everything that's been going on, all the holidays that the Dawg forgot to post and made, the Dawg wishes everyone had a safe and happy holidays. Hope you all had a Merry Christmas. New Year's is really right around the corner. 2023 will be a new, wonderful year for the Dawg. The Dawg has been the longest reigning OPW All-Star Champion. And that reminds me, Brick Wall, yeah, you were the longest reigning All-Star Champion in All-Star Wrestling. No one could beat you, because that's why they gave you the name Brick Wall. But since the Dawg beat you, you were no longer Brick Wall. You're known as Pebbles. Just a mile pile of pebbles. So, OPW, hope you like this video. Hope you like seeing the Dawg, because the Dawg enjoys seeing himself. The Dawg also enjoys seeing himself walking around with the All-Star title. So you know what? You all take care. Have a great and safe New Year. The Dawg will be doing what he does best. And that's partying up and living the wonderful life. Welcome to the Dawg Pound.